Greetings, YouTube. Whenever the topic of universal healthcare comes up, a common refrain I hear from the red caps is that how they're not going to pay for anybody else's healthcare. That they only want to pay for themselves. But you see, they're not paying out of pocket for their healthcare. They have health insurance, almost always through their job. I don't think they understand how health insurance works. Health insurance is a pool of money. You are giving money into a big pool that the insurance company controls. And because not everyone is sick at all at the same time, or that not everyone needs the same resources at all the same time, they are able to dole out services to members, all the while retaining enough of that money to earn a profit, invest it, the capitalist thing. But the reality is that it's still pooling all your money together. And the average American pays about 20% of their income towards this pooled money known as health insurance. So yes, you are paying for the other guy. You're just paying a really big chunk of your paycheck for the other guy, as well as your coverage, which probably sucks because you're in America. Now, would you rather pay 20% of your paycheck or 5? No, I'm not talking about 5 on top of the 20. I'm talking 5% total because that's what you could be doing. You could be paying 5% for your health care as opposed to 20, saving yourself a hell of a lot of money. And to boot, saving 67,000 lives a year. Doesn't every red cap want to be a hero? Now, I realize they want to be a hero with like a Bible in one hand and an AR-15 in the other, standing there bravely facing the hordes of brown people that are trying to invade their backyards, I suppose, along with the wild boars. Um, and that's what they think is heroic. But they also claim to be Christian. Remember that Bible in one hand and the AR-15 in the other. So if you were going to be a real Christian, shouldn't saving 67,000 lives per year be something that Christ would have been in favor of? Wouldn't you think Christ would be pro save the people's lives? Well, you could do all those things with universal health care. And why do you save so much money? Because you're cutting the middleman out. The middleman being the insurance companies. Because that's all they are, a middleman. And not only are they a middleman, they are the mythical death boards, except they're real. The death panels that people were all afraid of that universal health care was going to cause actually do exist. They're just the private health insurance companies. Your doctor can say you need a life-saving medical procedure, and your health insurance can say no. And that's it. You don't get the life-saving medical procedure. You die. Not because your doctor wants you dead, but because your insurance company has decided that it would cost them less to let you die than to pay for the service. You don't mean anything to them. You're just a tick on a tally sheet. Your life is meaningless. You are just a source of revenue, and when you start costing them more than you're paying in, they want you gone. And it doesn't matter to them whether you die or they just kick you off and you go someplace else. But with universal health care, you can't get kicked off. You're covered cradle to grave. You will never have to worry about having health insurance. You will never have to worry about going bankrupt because in America, the most common source of bankruptcy is medical debt. More than 600,000 families deal with bankruptcy in America due to medical debt every year. 600,000. That's a huge number. And do you know how many people go into bankruptcy for medical debt in the other 32 exploiter nations? None. Zero. Because they've figured out this whole universal healthcare thing and they realize that healthcare is a human right. Oh yeah, go ahead and tell me how you're not going to pay for the other guy's healthcare. Except you are, while making yourself be unhealthy, making yourself be poorer, making yourself under the thumb of private insurance companies' death panels. You're doing all those things while simultaneously letting 67,000 people per year die and tens of millions of people have no health insurance, which will lower their life expectancy. Something also I figure Jesus would probably would oppose. So yeah, go ahead, live in your goddamn bubble. Pretend that you're not paying into a pool and you're covering the health insurance of other people because you are. You're just doing it in the worst possible way, the absolute stupidest method.